Happy happy Monday, everybody. Today's November 10th. Let's talk about everything happened on November 9th. We got a few games. The first one is the Rockets beat the Bucks 120 to 115. Rockets led by KD, crazy good efficiency here, 31 points. And most importantly, he got 7 assists here. This year, like I said, KD, he's not getting assists. He's not really getting a lot of rebounds. And he's not getting a lot of defensive stats. He's still scoring 25 points with 1.7 threes, but only 4.6 rebound. That's got to be a career low. 3 assists is also pretty low. He's getting okay steals and 1.8 blocks. But of course, everything else looks fine. A lot of turnovers as well. And I don't expect KD to really, this might just be KD's not line moving forward. He's letting the young guys get the rebound, do the playmaking. And he's just doing a lot of the scoring and play a little bit more defense. Jabari Smith Jr. played well in this, 5 for 15, but he hasn't really changed. Jabari Smith, he's still not shooting the ball that well from the field, even though he's super tall. 8-9 rebounds a game, 15 points, and 3-3. Shengun had an okay game. I mean, the numbers look good, but no defensive stats and 5 turnovers. Amen Thompson, I'm just keep referring to him as a second-round player. No, very good. In category leagues, 3 steals and a block is huge, 8 rebound, 5 assists. But if you draft him in a second or third round, you really got to think about your team, whether or not it makes sense. If you draft him in the second round, you might want to pump points with him and get like another guy like Scotty, right? Just secure all the peripheral stats. But your efficiency also kind of, so it's really hard to build a team around if you draft this guy this high. For the Bucks, Giannis 37, it looked pretty empty. 37 points is great. Still shot 56% from the field. Miles Turner has been playing better and better and better, game after game after game. And after this game, he's the 59th ranked player, with 2 blocks and 1.3 steals. That's great. AJ Green had 1-3. He's not really fantasy relevant. And Ryan Rollins with 19 points and 5 assists. He's a must roster. Not the best game here for him. The next one, this game, I mean, the Nets are 1-9. They're just having fun. Michael Porter Jr. with 25 points and 4 threes. And I'm, if I can sell high, if there's any buyers that love Michael Porter Jr., the counting numbers look really good. 23 points and 7.6 rebounds with 3.3 threes. With okay efficiency, but again, lack of defense, super low assist. But, I look to sell high on this guy every chance I get. Claxton played just 22 minutes, because the blowouts, the minutes were low across the board. We look at the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson, this is something I saw on Reddit. He's a plus 40 in his 60 minutes. That is the highest plus minus I've seen in 60 minutes ever. So something happened when he was on the court. And when he's playing the center, Cat, he still got 12 rebounds, which is good. But, the Cat block numbers might get impacted a little bit, which, Cat, I think on a per game basis, he's still going to be a top 20 player because he's just so efficient. And he rebound pretty well in the score. And with a good free throw shooter. But that could impact his rebound. And Mitchell Robinson could be, I think we could stream him if we need rebounds and blocks. Rest of the Knicks guys, they did their thing, under 30 minutes. So that's good. They just got to be healthy. The next one, the Celtics, they are picking up, like one win after another. Now they're almost 500. Jaylen Brown, led by Jaylen Brown, and Peyton Pritchard is still struggling. Peyton Pritchard, I think he's learning how to be a starter. And his roles obviously changed quite a bit when you go from, the guy off the bench. You should be looking for your own shot. Now you got to set up or you got to play off Jaylen Brown. So that could be tough. But I still think in category leagues, he should be a top 50, 60 player playing over 30 minutes a night. So far, right, the shooting is way off. 1 for 6 from 3 again. Derrick White, 21 points, 3 steals, and 3 threes. That's, he started playing better and better, but the efficiency is still not there. And of course, right, the quality of shots that he's getting. Same thing with Peyton Pritchard last year with Jason Tatum on the team. And now defense really need to zone me on them. And I do think like a lot of times the defense just let Jaylen Brown take those. They would just give Jaylen Brown whatever he wants, and then kind of just key in on Peyton Pritchard and Derrick White, those 3-point shooters. So that that makes it hard on them for sure. Jaylen Brown, inefficient but had a steal and a block as well. Jaylen Brown is going to be pretty good for the rest of the year. His ranking is going to largely based on his efficiencies, especially his free throw. For the Magic, Wagner had a bad one, 5 for 17, but still had 20 points and went 9 for 10 from the free throw line. Ben Carroll, wow, 10 for 10 from the line. You don't see that very often. But he had 5 fouls and 6 turnovers. Right, 9 for 16 is good, but no defensive stats. That's always going to be a problem with Ben Carroll. It's just efficiency, man. And Desmond Bane, people are already talking about it, right? The Magic traded away 4 first-rounders for him. And is it worth it? How many more wins is he going to help you? Desmond is, a nice third option, but he's not, right? Your team might be, he's not really going to help you win in the playoffs. So, the move for sure is a little bit curious. But again, the East is pretty open this year, so who knows? They can maybe make a deep run to the Eastern Conference Finals or make it in the second round, depending how which opponent they match up with in the first round. Jalen Suggs had 3 steals. He's a must roster, 20 points. Keep doing what he's been doing, as last year, just getting a lot of defensive stats. So that's must roster. Moving on to the next one, we'll have the Oklahoma City Thunder. They beat the Grizzlies. Well, they're 10-1, while the Grizzlies they're 4-7. And I'm looking to trade. If Jaren Jackson Jr. plays well, right? If Ja Morant plays well, in the West it's too competitive. You can't have a bad start and expect yourself to make the playoffs. And how about Isaiah Hartenstein? 5 fouls, that's fine. 1 steal, 13 rebound, and 18 points with full offensive rebound. He just has a lot of energy, crashing the board. Shea, 10 for 11, 35 points. Yeah. And interestingly, he took 9 threes. So Shea on the season, he's ahead of Wembanyama now because Wemby has been struggling pretty big. Wemby's a big buy low, by the way. But Shea, this year, he's actually making over 2 threes. The steal numbers is low, but it doesn't matter. He's still the second ranked player. AJ Mitchell, I think we just got to roster him with, if he's starting, Jalen Williams is out, right? And, if you can sell him in a 2-for-1, because when Jalen Williams comes back, some of these guys, they're going to lose minutes because Jalen is going to play 32 to 35 minutes a night. Chet Holmgren, no blocks here, 21 points, pretty good offensively. Just need to get more blocks for that's what we need him for. We look at the Grizzlies, it's a mess. Ja Morant 3 for 18, and I can see why he would struggle versus the Oklahoma City Thunder perimeter defense. 8 assists, yeah, it's a mess right now. Jaren Jackson Jr. had 2 blocks and 3 threes. I'll be monitoring how well the Grizzlies do right in the next 2 months. If they are out of the playoffs, they're not going to hesitate to rest their players, right? Especially like a guy like Jaren Jackson Jr., who a lot of games doesn't even get 30 minutes anyway. Jock Landale, meanwhile, is starting and getting a lot of minutes. He's a must roster at the moment. Edie is going to come back at some point. But for now, he's starting, starting centers always have good value. And KCP had to steal in the block. And Jalen Wells got the start. Santi Aldama, Coward. That's an interesting last name, Coward. Senior Coward, yeah. Senior Coward, I think he's a must roster for now. You should not have him on the waiver wire. He's so efficient, right? Doesn't hurt you anywhere. Gonna give you points and threes. And, even though no defensive stats here for a little while, but, it will come. And he had 4 assists here as well. Sandy Aldama, it's hard to hold on to him. He had a good game here, Wednesday and 2 blocks. But most days, most nights, he's not getting a lot of minutes. And he doesn't get a lot of usage either. So, but he can get you blocks every once in a while. But, I don't think he's a must roster. Moving on to the next one, we have the Detroit Pistons beat the Sixers. Well, people definitely sleeping on Detroit. They're number 1 in the East right now. they could make a playoff run. Every team is very East is pretty weak, for sure. Um, Jalen Duren continues. He played 37 minutes here. This is the guy that last year, maybe he's breaking out. 15th ranked player. In my opinion, if you can get a top 15, 20 player, 25 player back, it's a no-brainer. You trade him. He's shooting 65% on 11 attempts and 84% from the free throw. He's playing very well, no doubt. They also played him 37 minutes because Isaiah Stewart is out, so he had to play some extra minutes. Don't hesitate if somebody is willing to trade you a struggling top 25, a top 20 player, or top 30 even. He could be a top 50, 60 type of player, but really good rebounds, really good field goal. I think that's it. Like the blocks, it's hard to trust. He just doesn't get a lot of blocks. And shooting 84% from the line is also interesting. Maybe he really worked on his free throws this summer. Kate Cunningham played huge minutes, and they grinded out a win, 26 points and 11 assists. Yeah, Kate Cunningham on a per game basis across 9 categories, he's never going to be like super, super good. But the counting numbers are good, especially the assists. And points and rebounds, of course, and he gets you defensive stats too. Also, Thompson had 3 steals. He's the must roster as well. 33 minutes here, a great win for the young Detroit Pistons. And for the Sixers, well, Embiid, of course, no doubt, this is a back-to-back. He's going to be out. So Tyrese Maxey has to carry the load. Efficiency-wise, he's struggling a little bit lately. 10 for 26, but doesn't matter. 4-3, 7 assists, and 2 steals. VJ Edgecombe had a bit foul trouble, but he's still going strong. 6 rebound, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. It's just really interesting to see what happens with his minutes. He's a 93rd ranked player. Now he's falling off quite a bit since his hot start. But I think he's still a must roster. And Kelly Oubre Jr. had 13 points and 1 3. We could roster him. And Trayton Watford, he's interesting. He played really, really well on Saturday night. He also got the start on Sunday, so maybe he could be, have some streaming value. And Quentin Grimes played 30 minutes as well. So he's still a hold. And Adam Bona played 13 minutes, had 1 steal, 3 blocks. Yeah, he could be a block streamer. And of course, Andre Drummond, we could stream him when Embiid is out. Who is, he's going to miss a lot of games, Embiid. Yeah. The next one, the Pacers, they're cooked. They 1-9. They beat Warriors somehow last week. They got Andrew Nembhard back, who went 5 for 16. Andrew Nembhard is a must roster. 9 assists and 2 steals. He's a must roster. Isaiah Jackson, he's been getting 20 minutes. If you need blocks, sure, you could have him, but he could lose value anytime. Ben Shepherd, with all the injuries going on, you kind of have to have him as well. Right? They have a lot of injuries. Even Nesmith was out, and Benedict Mathurin, where is he? They might pound this season, to be honest. If they keep losing, if they go like 3-20, which they could, that's it. They're gonna call it a season. Which, well, Siakam already missed this game, so I'm looking to trade Siakam. It's not the right trend. Like, they're still gonna play Siakam, but from Siakam's perspective, there'll be like many games he kind of just take it easy. Play 20, 25 minutes. That's it. Collect paycheck. They're not really winning anything this year for sure. So some of those young guys, they might get an opportunity like Ray Dennis. And I wonder how much they're going to play TJ. Maybe not a lot. So I was pretty high on TJ because they feel like they're going to play TJ some good minutes and he will contribute. But now with how bad the team is, right, they may not play him that much. For the Warriors, Steph Curry is out. Steph Curry has been struggling quite a bit. Podziemski started, 14 points, 6 rebounds, decent. I would say he's a must roster, but he just doesn't really wow us. He hasn't really had a big game. He's a 122nd ranked player. The minutes is good. And we know if in category leagues, he can contribute across the board, right? You're going to have some threes, some points, some rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. But so far, he's not shooting the ball well at all. Jimmy Butler, 21 points. Great. He's healthy. Just, that's the most important thing for Jimmy. He's old, like 37, 38. But, I feel like with modern technology and medical advancement, 37, 38 is okay. like Curry is 37, like KD is 37, right? LeBron is 40. Like those guys are still going pretty strong. They're obviously not 21 anymore. Quinton Post, you could stream him for threes. Let's say Draymond did not have the best game, but they still got the win. And Kaminga goes 1 for 9. He's still on my roster. But the Warriors got the easy win. The next one, well, the Timberwolves, they're 6-4. They're gonna be a good team, and in the playoff, they could be a dangerous team again. Rudy played really well, 12 points, 1 steal, and 5 blocks. I think him and Randall, right? But they both sell highs. For Rudy, if you can get any top 30 player, well, he's still the 91st ranked player, so it's gonna be hard to get a super quality player. Like I wouldn't trade him to get a top 80 player, top 90, because the blocks upside is there. Especially my team, I need his rebounds and blocks. Yeah, and Randall for sure. Now that Anthony Edwards is back, right? He's fallen off a little bit. Sorry, he's still the 12th ranked player. This game here, 19.6 rebound, 4 assists, and steal. It's still pretty good. But he's not going to average 25 points. He's not shooting 87% from the line, and he's not shooting 55% from the field either. So if you can get a 15 top 20, even top 25 player, right? Like if I can get Randall for Harden, although Clippers, they're also not trending the right way. I can get him for Chet Holmgren, Karl Anthony Towns, those guys, Anthony Davis, Jalen Johnson, Evan Mobley, right? All these guys, I would trade Devin Booker. Yeah. But, at the end of the day, if you're in category leagues, you got to think about your team, whether or not the guy you're trading fit. Randall is a guy that give you a lot of points, rebound, assist, but efficiency could be, and lack of defensive stats. But this year, he's getting 1.1 steals, which is very good by his standard, and 0.3 blocks. So he's playing some defense as well, which is, Jaden McDaniels also a bit sell high in my opinion. He's been playing very well, 8 for 10 here. And Dante is a must roster, but if you can sell him, that would be great. Anthony Edwards also played very well here. 26 points in 29 minutes with 5 threes. We look at the Kings. Russell Westbrook, now he's off the bench, only played 15 minutes. I guess it's also a blowout. Malik Monk played 19. Russell Westbrook, it was a big sell high last week with some of those guys out. In this game, right, they decided to go with Precious Achiuwa and Sabonis, which they're adjusting. Maybe that's the right thing to do. Going with 4 guards and Sabonis, maybe not the best option. Sabonis' assists really dipped this year. Again, he goes 5 for 17. I don't know if injury is bothering him. He's not playing well at all at the moment. And DeMar DeRozan had 22 points. Zach LaVine had 26. Yeah, the Kings, they got to put things together. They're struggling. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.